Alright, we're back. Hello, welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to Elden Ring. It's been a while. I'll probably be very rusty. Much like the Elden Ring itself. But, yeah, we're going to get back into it here. Picking up where we left off with the Barbed Staff-Spear. A couple of things have changed over Christmas. Yikes, that was loud, sorry. Come back with a little bit of a louder setup. Right. So we're in Farum Azula, right before Maliketh, and we've had trouble with Maliketh. I have thought of changing my strategy ever so slightly for a couple of things. First of all, Maliketh, along with Radagon and Elden Beast, are all pretty tanky against holy damage, which is what the Barbed Staff-Spear deals. Primarily, it is a holy damage weapon. It does physical damage as well, but they are going to be blocking 80% of the holy damage we do, according to just information on the Elden Ring wiki, which is a lot. So what I've decided I should probably be doing is focusing on the faith aspect of this build more and using incantations. We started with Catch Flame. It's pretty good at dealing damage. Radagon in particular is weaker to fire than he is to anything else, so that's probably a good shout. I've also invested in a shield, because what I've discovered is that great spears work the same as regular spears, where you can do that hide behind a shield and poke. And I got this Scorpion Kite shield from one of the vendors on Altus Plateau. I think it's the guy by the Forest Great Bridge, the broken bridge there. And this seems like a pretty decent shield. It's got 100% physical guarded negation. I need to upgrade it in order to get the guard boost up to mean that it doesn't take as much stamina to guard with it. So we potentially, yeah, we hide and poke rather than roll and poke, but that still requires us to deal damage like this, and the guarded R1s, I think, actually deal a lot less damage, so it's potentially a little bit tricky, not to mention the fact that Maliketh is going to be dealing holy damage with his incantations, blocking with a shield still takes a lot of stamina, etc., etc. So we're going to go back to the round table hold. I've got all of the smithing stones I need to upgrade this shield, so we're going to start there, because upgrading the shield is probably a good idea if we're going to use it at all. So let's do that. I went ahead and farmed a bunch of runes so we could just do all of this upgrading right away, and I bought all of the smithing stones from the Twin Maidens. So we're just going to be getting this thing all the way to plus 24. The guard boost is going to go up a couple of points. And that is about as good as it's going to get. The Finger Seal is also going to be plus 24. That's as good as we're going to get there. We could switch to another seal, potentially. I have done a little bit of extra upgrading. I did upgrade that to plus 25, but it's a shield, so that barely matters. I did do a little bit of upgrading of my stats. We're at level 125 now, up from 120-ish last time. We have 72 faith, which is slightly better than we had. Our faith scaling is 303, which should be all right. If we're going to use flame as our primary means of attack, if we're planning on using Catch Flame to beat up Maliketh, Flame Grant Me Strength is going to help. Golden Vow is going to help. We can also go to the Erd Tree avatar in Caelid and get the Flame Shrouding Cracked tier, because right now I'm using the Holy Shrouding tier for extra damage, which is not going to be as effective from this point onwards. So we're going to go back to Caelid. We're going to beat up the Erd Tree avatar that's down here, which should be easy enough with the setup that we currently have. But it will also be vulnerable to fire, so it's probably a good time to test out Catch Flame and warm up on this boss fight. Speaking of spears, by the way, we also get to stab a bunch of these guys with the... Yeah, the poke strat. It's good. It definitely blocks physical damage, which is what the majority of these enemies are going to be doing. But it definitely reduces the amount of damage that we can deal. So that's the tricky part. Obviously doesn't prevent us from getting poisoned, but... We could also potentially benefit from getting the Turtle Head Talisman, because that will get us slightly better stamina recovery, but right now I'm using a medallion that gives me a bit more stamina anyway, so that's sort of neither here nor there. So this Erdtree Avatar is going to go down pretty easy. But let's maybe two-hand. We're also using the two-handed sword talisman right now, which is only really going to help if we're using the weapon two-handed. And if I decide to use the weapon one-handed, then I need to have some sort of alternative to that, right? Of course, Scarlet Rot still hurts. Get flamed. Okay, so that did... that did about 1,200 damage just from one of these, which was more than my weapon did that entire time, I feel like. So, yeah, Flame Shrouding Tear is probably it. I'm going to walk back here so I can get rid of the statuses. What's up, Lee? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the 76 months. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So, attempt, shield, and poke. The other thing we can do is we can go to Celia Crystal Tunnel and we can get the... the Phlox Canvas Talisman. We can get the Faithful Canvas Talisman for killing Millicent and then going to see Gowry.
Well, my flesh, it is a curse.
I'm not certain if you can kill her here, but... yeah, it looks like we can't. Okay, cool. So let's go to... let's go to Celia Crystal Tunnel via the ruins here. Is fire really as useful on dry wood? Yes. Yeah, I mean, those Erdtree avatars are obviously more vulnerable to fire anyway, but the fact that most of the other bosses and stuff are going to be vulnerable to fire is probably worth capitalizing on at this stage. Even though we want the Staff-Spear to be the star of the show, it's been doing pretty well for us so far, but it just lacks the edge we need to beat the final bosses. I'm really not looking forward to when we have to do the Coded Sword playthrough, because that's a weapon that relies quite heavily, I think almost exclusively, on holy damage. So we're going to have to come up with some alternate strategies for beating the final bosses, considering that, yeah, the Coded Sword is really not going to make a dent. Also, if that's a rune arc, I want it, but it's just a golden rune, so never mind. No rat humanity for us. What's up, Beardstone? Thank you for the 59. Hope you had a lovely Christmas, my man. Welcome on in. We are back in the office, back to the Elden Ring. Back to Minecraft as well, obviously. The adventures continue. They do. They do. So, from here we're getting the Phlox Canvas Talisman, or the Faithful's Canvas Talisman, I forget which one it is. But it's the talisman that allows for more effective incantations. And obviously in here, we're dealing a reasonable amount of damage with the spear, but elsewhere we will not be. We don't even need to fight the boss at the end of this. I'm going to go up here because there's a free rune arc once we've taken out this guy, which it turns out is pretty easy. So we'll retrieve a rune arc from that guy's butt, and then let's do the usual jumpy jumps. I was reading up just in case there was anything I needed to know about this shield that wasn't immediately obvious from getting it, and all of the comments about it on the Elden Ring wiki were just people making jokes about Drive, the Ryan Gosling film. So, tells you basically all you need to know about this. Okay, that's not helpful. Yeah, two-handing this with the two-handed sword talisman is pretty good for PvE in general, but for bosses, it's going to be garbage from now on, so... It might be okay against Gideon, I guess. I do also really like the running R2 on this thing, because it will deal multiple hits at once, which feels good to do. But I don't think that's necessarily going to be all that useful after this point. So that's that. We've got that now. So Spear Talisman, assuming this thing does thrusting damage, is still worth us having. I think Faithful's Canvas Talisman is going to be better than Two-Handed Sword because we're planning on using either Shield and Poke or we're using Incantations. So I think that works best. No, and thanks so much for the 17. We'll just roll on down here. Get to the exit. Say our farewells to Celia. And if we want to, we can come back through here, do O'Neill, get the Golden Needle for Gowry, and then from that point on, we should be able to get the other Canvas Talisman from him. So we'll basically have the equivalent of what we'd have with the Sorcery build with the two Graven Mass Talismans. We have like a plus 12 bonus to incantations instead of sorceries. Why take full damage when you can just roll off a high place? Yeah, right? So let me check if there's anything else I need to do. The only other thing was maybe get like more powerful incantations. So we're going to swap this for that. I'll probably pop a Rune Arc now just to see how well we do. Honestly, Beast Clergyman is more of a problem. Oh, the other thing I did, I tried... I figured Fire Serpent was going to be another fire-based incantation that we got hold of from the DLC. So that could be kind of fun. Most of my runs are holy ones. I end up stabbed full of holes. Yeah. That sort of happened to me this time around. But yeah, I'm going to try incantations first. We might need more blue flasks after this, I think. I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be helpful. But the goal here is just get behind Maliketh and use Catch Flame a whole bunch. We'll see how this goes. He's not going to make it easy for me at the start. Oh, we did the number of the beast's damage, so that's good. Oh yeah, that shreds him. Okay, good, good. Looks like we're okay then. Okay, probably need to heal after that. Let's try and get him while we still have the buffs. Oh, great. Okay, we're on phase 2 now. Awesome. Let's watch the cutscene. I like this cutscene a lot. I never watch it enough because I'm always too impatient. Next weapon is Bastard Sword, yes. And then Bastard Stars, and then Battle Axe, I think. There should be Batleth, the Klingon sword. I'm pretty sure the Beast swords from the Farum Azula Beastmen look kind of similar to a Batleth, actually. One of those we might actually have to do as a New Game Plus run, because the best place to farm it is in Farum Azula. So we might end up doing our first New Game Plus run from that. Considering that we wouldn't get to use it for anything other than maybe Godskin Duo, Maliketh, and the final few bosses. Such a cool sword, man. Okay, so we're going to get at least 3 catch flames in when we can run behind him here. Let's give this a try. Nice. Okay, didn't get hit by the worst of that, so that's good. Gonna heal real quick. Unfortunately, we're outside of that, so that's fine. And then I just got hit by all 3 of those for no reason. Bastard Sword, Bastard Stars, Battle Axe, Battle Hammer, Beast Claw, yes. And then Beastman's Curved Sword or something like that after that. But yeah, that was just a little bit of a rough spot with the timing, but that should be fine. I might break another rune arc for this one. I feel like if Beast Clergyman is that easy the first time through, then we've got this one in the bag. Unfortunately, we don't have our buffs going into Phase 2 unless I'm really aggressive, because the buffs only last for like 20 seconds or something. But maybe we can get behind a pillar and re-up the buffs. They're kind of expensive FP-wise, though, which is one of the reasons I want the rune arc, actually, is because I don't have a whole lot of mind investment right now. Let's go Golden Vow. Flame grant me strength. Switch to catch flame. Optimistically switch to blue flask. Okay, yep. Okay, we'll avoid this one. I'll go and get my runes now. Probably heal. Pocket sand follow-up, roll through. Oh, ouch. He got me on the backswing. No worries, we're doing okay here. Ouch. Okay, he managed to lunge forward into my flames there, so that was alright. I was ready for the boulder that time. Oh, and this is the easy one. Yeah, okay, cool. Here we go again. Nice. Gonna heal that. Nice rolls, good. Cool. Okay, heal that just so we don't end up with a lot of life drain. Try and get behind him. Oh no. He's not giving me my favorite set of patterns here, but we should be okay now. There we go. Set fire to his butt. That's the trick. Nice. Very good. The effect still went. Amazing. Alright, pretty good. Pretty good, I think. I didn't quite get to the gold scarab in time. That's fine, though. Okay. We're off to Ashen Capital. So I think that strategy is probably going to work reasonably well for Radagon and Elden Beast, then. We're just going to spam Catch Flame and occasionally get a dig in with the staff. Reminds me of my dog when I have to feed him. Yeah, the amount of Elden Ring subreddit posts that are just pictures of people's dog with a towel over it, and it's like, oh, death, become my blade, and stuff, and it's like, yeah, good job. Am I going to try and use the Beast Repellent Torch? Yes. It does fire damage, and, like, can be upgraded into a weapon that deals some damage. So we'll see what else we can pair with it, and we'll try our best to put the Erd Tree to the torch. What's up, Mewing? Welcome in.
The rune of death is unbound.
Heck yeah. Let's go! Waking up an Ashen Capital. I'm actually going to hide the camera for this one and use this as the cutscene. Thumbnail. Haven't done this one for a little while. Look at Barb. I do like Barb as a character. I think the armor set is really fun. The Messmer Soldier with the malformed dragon gauntlets and greaves. I think it's a pretty solid look. I think if I put on any helmet that isn't just like a wizard's hat or something, I have a heavy load though, so... Pretty cool hero shot though. Or anti-hero shot, depending on how you feel about the Tarnished at the time. So I think we're going to do reasonably well against Gideon. I don't know what Gideon's resistances are, but I have a feeling he's probably going to take a reasonable amount of damage from Holy. I'm going to up my faith at this point anyway. And we can also use Maliketh's Remembrance, although Black Blade would be a pretty fun incantation to use. So if we need it later, we can always, like, duplicate that remembrance somewhere. But 75 faith is pretty good. And the damage on this thing is still going up, so I assume the damage on our incantations is going to scale accordingly. If I'm not wrong, he's weak to bleed. Well, this thing does bleed, so that's helpful. Only unfortunate thing is that he's the last boss who is weak to... Well, no, I guess Hoarah Loux. Like, Godfrey Hoarah Loux is probably weak to bleed, but... The difficulty is getting consistent enough damage that you can get him to bleed. Which way do I get up to the staircase more easily? Is it this way? So yeah, Flock's, or Faithful's Canvas Talisman is good. We have Lord of Blood's Exaltation, so we're going to get a bit of blood loss anyway, but I think... We'll switch back to two-handed sword for this. We do have Dragon Crest Great Shield as well, so we can always get a little bit of extra physical defense from that, but that's not going to help against Gideon, so... Try Inescapable Frenzy. Yeah, I've done that on other attempts, but I'm not using Frenzied Flame for this one. I'm trying to stick to using this staff and, like, some of the more basic incantations that we got. Like, you get Catch Flame as a Prophet, as a default skill, so... Oh, I just thought my my Physic Flask isn't going to be a holy damage. It's going to be fire damage. So we'll probably try and spam Catch Flame on him a little bit as well. It is still going to increase faith, though, so...
I knew you'd come. To stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, she'll take the throne.
Still deals pretty hefty damage, actually.
Continue to struggle unto eternity.
Easy. God, I wish it was that easy on all the runs, to be honest.
Not even you. One man cannot kill a god.
Thanks for the extra runes, I guess. And he's gone. Yep. Okay. So with that, we'll put a couple more points into Vigor, or... No, wait, Mind. I think Mind is going to be actually helpful, because we're going to use that incantation a lot. So, yeah, we have that now. We could wear his hat if we want to, except... Oh, it does still keep me a medium load, but I think my endurance has increased because of the Great Rune, so... Not the best play. Does take our poise up to 51, which I think is the magic point at which it... stops us getting staggered too much. But hey, I think I like to see my character's face a little better. Just put the runes in the bag, bro, yeah. Alright, we'll see how we get on with Godfrey and Hoarah Loux. I think, honestly, like, the jump attacks and the thrusting attacks are going to be okay. So we shouldn't need to worry too much about changing our strat for this. I might even put the holy damage tier back on. But we'll see how we do. We also get an incantation from this, right? Yeah, Erdtree Heal. I have like 4 incantation slots. I'm not really using a ton of incantations for this run, because we're going to have like Sacred Seal runs where we'll need to focus on incantations, but seems to be either you kill him first try or it's a struggle. Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't kill him first try, it becomes harder because he like starts attacking you as soon as you walk in the room, rather than letting you buff and then letting you attack him while he monologues. Okay. Godfrey time. I'm actually going to skip the first cutscene because I already have my thumbnail cutscene. We've seen this one before, so just want to get into the fight, see how we do. A little bit rusty for this one, and it looks like he has a little bit of holy resistance, just based on how much damage that did. Although it may even be physical resistance because he's a big lad. I'm also completely missing. Ow. Yeah, charged heavy only does about 1,000 damage. So he might be one where we have to spam incantations after all. Oh god, I forgot he has the shockwave at that point. Rough.
Was nobly fought.
Yeah, the problem with this one, like, we could up our incantations. We could also try using Jory's Inquisition a little bit. I'm still using the Gold Scarab, but that's also a problem. Maybe we get some physical damage negation instead, since it's unlikely that we're going to be able to help to get much from bleed. But I don't know. We'll try keeping up the pressure. We'll try bleed. I'm not going to worry too much about having a rune arc this time around. And we'll see how we do. Savage, yeah. Yeah, it's Godfrey. He's definitely one of the final bosses for a reason. Let's Golden Vow. Buff to the 9s. Traverse the Mist. And we'll try getting a few ranged attacks in after he throws the axe. Got hit him a couple of times there. was out of stamina for that one. Okay, we're not bad so far. Kind of going toe-to-toe. Not doing great as far as bleed, though. Oh, okay, we got one right at the end there. Oh god, we got kicked. Gonna try my best to heal here. Ugh. Yeah, that was always gonna combo me, that one. I'm still not certain if we want physical damage or fire damage here. I think we could probably get him with the staff, but the fire damage just comes out so much quicker, and he doesn't give you as much opening in the second phase. So yeah, I don't know which is going to favor us. I think they're both going to be okay, but elements don't do much. Physical is better. I mean, to be fair, this thing only does like half physical compared to a normal weapon because it splits between physical and holy, so not that helpful really. But we'll stick with a physical damage setup. Because we're not getting much from bleed, I'm probably just going to put on the Dragon Crest shields because that will help slightly. I might use a rune arc for this because we've got 6. We can buy more if we need more. And then let's buff and let's go. So Jory's Inquisition is okay against him. It's not the ideal skill. Okay, especially when it misses because I'm not looking at him. I thought the tracking on it was slightly better, but... Sidestep. You can cancel out of it pretty easily, I find. Provided you have enough stamina, of course. Need to heal. Oh, we got a stagger. That's not bad. That'll take us to phase 2. Good. Okay, and then it unlocks me because I was facing the wrong way. So annoying when it does that. Ah. Okay, I think I'm dead here. Oh, almost. Magic pixel for me. Oh god, I'm stuck on a wall. Stuck on a wall and this man is wrestling. Seriously? feel like I just don't have the recovery time from the most basic stuff right now. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to be able to jump that last one. Heal from that. Okay, I'm just going to get caught in the middle of this. Rough. Was it worth the trade? I don't know. Alright, cool. Doing okay here, I think. Rough. Okay, heal from that. Roll, good, okay. I think I got crouched in the middle of that somewhere. Oh, I could have really capitalized on that if I'd had my wits about me. Unfortunately, I did not. There we go. Oh.
Tarnished. Thy strength.
Okay, better that time. Better that time. And now at least we know what our strat is for Radagon and Elden Beast, so. Recently built New Game Plus. My rate on Elden Ring is 10 out of 10. It's such a good game. I mean, this is my, what, 18th playthrough of this challenge, and I'm still having so much fun. We'll put a few more into mind. I think this gives us 40k, which is not quite enough to get us to the next level. I'll go and shoot, like, a couple of birds at Mogwin Palace, and we should be good to just ditch the last of our runes. Voided Mirror, thank you so much for the 30. Welcome back. Oh, okay. My nerves are a little bit frayed after that one, I don't mind telling you. I think I'm gonna enjoy the start of the next run if we can get that far. Because I'm down to just take on some basic enemies. Okay, that should be everything we need to level up now. Yeah, I think we'll put one more into mind, because, like, how much? Yeah, this takes 10 FP, so actually having, like, multiples of 10 in FP is probably good. 6 more is not going to help much. We can get one more Faith, which gets us a tiny bit more damage out of the weapon. We can get more Endurance, which is not bad, or we can get more Vigor, which is probably, I think, the smart investment. So yeah, we're going in with Catch Flame, and we're just going to spam that on Radagon. We'll probably do the same with Elden Beast. Elden Beast is pretty tanky against most things, but the spear is going to do very little damage, unfortunately. So we're going to have to try our best with what we've got. Yeah, Radagon has no resistance to fire, but is slightly resistant to everything else. Obviously, like, there are some statuses we could try and do, like Scarlet Rot or whatever. We could just, like, load him full of arrows or something first, but... We're going to fight Malenia? No. No, the goal here is just to beat the game, so see the end credits having beaten the game with every weapon. There are going to be some cases in which we will fight Malenia just because we need to fight her for a specific weapon, like Hand of Melania. And in some cases, I want to get all the incantations when we do, like, the Finger Seal run, where we start with the Sacred Seal. I want to get all incantations, which means getting Scarlet Aeonia. But, yeah, I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, you know? 4 hours into your first playthrough, you're pretty bad. I mean, I was terrible at my first run. It's fine. You'll be good. Honestly, it's about learning how you level up weapons, because, like, leveling your character does some helpful stuff, but, like, upgrading your weapon is really, really helpful. And I didn't quite realize that my first playthrough. I also didn't know where to get all of the upgrade materials, which is part of it, but... You got food! Nice. Congratulations on your food. Okay, let's see how this goes. Pretty well, it turns out. Why can I not roll that anymore? Have they changed the hitbox of that attack in the latest update or something? Because genuinely no idea why I can never roll past that attack anymore. Anyway, he's dead now, so prepare for Elden Beast, I guess. Too close to the ring part of it? That might be it, but... I always thought I managed to get away and was on, like, the peripheral area of it. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, Catch Flame, it turns out, you can spam and it just shreds when you have, like, 70 or 80 faith like I've got right now. 70 or 80 faith in a fully upgraded Sacred Seal, it's just about DPS. So Radagon is going to be pretty easy with the staff. Your first fight with Radagon, he spammed the stomp attack and you couldn't attack him back? Yeah. I mean, your first fight with any boss is not going to go super well because you're still understanding how their attacks work, when their combos end. All that stuff. Should rename that spell to, like, Obliterate or something. Honestly, that's, Blackblade. Blackblade feels like an Obliterate kind of spell. I'm kind of curious how well the fire damage is going to do against the Elden Beast, though. It's still pretty. But this spear is going to do next to nothing, so... Worst case scenario, we ride around on torrents trying to, like, draw its aggro and poke it, but... The beast is a different beast, yes. So, here we are. So while it tries to set me on fire, I will try to set it on fire. And run out of mana in the doing of this. Yeah, that's absolutely rubbish damage. It's also completely unaffected by bleed, so... Catch Flame it is, I guess. Fortunately, if we don't win this fight, which... It's looking like we might not, just on the basis of, like, how little mana I have. And how little damage I do, generally. Radagon is really easy. Yeah, okay, that's me out of mana, basically. So, staff only at this point. Staff only run, let's go. We got a little bit of horse iframes there. I missed, of course. Yeah, I think honestly for this, we need way more health flasks. Or way more blue flasks, rather. Okay, this is going to be rings, probably. Yeah. Cool. I have an idea for this, which could potentially work. Which side are you? Oh, right here. Wow. Ouch. Yeah, I got killed by that. Yeah, so we'll need more incantations, more flasks, more blue flasks. That miss did the same amount of damage as a hit, yeah. So flasks, we probably go 6 and 5, which means we can take a lot less damage once we're in there. The only other thing is, like, can we get an incantation that's going to do better damage to Elden Beast? The answer is not really. Like, these two are going to deal holy damage. I don't think Fire Serpent is going to be helpful. I don't think it deals... like, the goal is deal multiple hits. Any equipment that helps deal more fire damage or just spell damage? Yeah, I don't think there's like a talisman you can get that deals extra fire damage. I guess we can put Faithful's Canvas Talisman on now. And I guess maybe we can... we can maybe Ritual Swords. We could also get something that decreases holy damage. But I think we're still better off Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me Strength, just catch flame until win. I guess the thrusting stuff isn't going to help that much either. So I'm like, what else can we do? You know what? Let's commit fully to the incantations thing. Let's go and do... let's go and do stuff for Gowry. Switch Spear Talisman for Dragon Shield. The thing is, Dragon Shield doesn't really help all that much when the boss is mainly doing holy damage to you, which is most of what Elden Beast will do. I don't care about Radagon at this point, because we've seen we can beat him in, like, seconds. I'm not going this way. What am I doing? We're going to Central Aeonia, and we're going to set fire to Commander O'Neill real quick. Yeah, the other stuff I could maybe do is get something that... yeah, my backup strat here, my other plan, is to go and get the blue Blessed Dew Talisman from the DLC, because we have access to the DLC. We've done a lot of running around in order to get the spear in the first place. I'm wondering if maybe we get that that talisman because it lets us run around and recharge our mana, basically. And you don't need a ton of mana in order to cast Catch Flame. Alright, if we sneak up on O'Neill... like, how much damage can we do with just constant Catch Flames? Let's see. Da-na-na-na. Oh, I ran out of mana. Oops. Well, basically. All these dragonflies everywhere. Physical damage should be prioritized. The problem is I can't do physical damage because I'm split between physical and holy. So, despite appearances, I honestly think just doing incantation damage is better.
Should you I will teach. I need your name resting. As go on. Now, well, the work of a can you give me as well, mate?
Hey, what's up, Last Jordan? Welcome in. Your internet's behaving a lot more now. Awesome. You want to magically summon horses? Yeah.
I have awaited your return. The need. Will you give it? I will reward. Millicent tended to a wretched.
Go say hi to Millicent. Hello.
If you my flesh, you to quell, but never mind. I would rather than simply. Would you mind? Well,
I forget at what point Gary sells you pest threads. There's also a better
my apologies.
pest threads that we can get from the DLC somewhere, but again, I don't know where you get that.
I'm with the needle, my destiny. It's all thanks. My name is Millicent.
Let me see. Let me see where we can get it. Because that's another incantation that shreds Elden Beast, because I think it mainly does physical damage. Pest Thread Spears. Church of the Bud, main entrance, Site of Grace. Okay, so you have to do a lot in Shadowkeep, I guess. Deals standard damage. I think that'd be pretty fun, though. Oh, wrong button. Alright, let me quickly look up Flock's Canvas. Complete Millicent's entire quest line by slaying her or help her at the end, but we'll put Gary in the crying state. Killing her earlier will also get Gary into this state. Fine. Regular pest threads. Okay, we have to give her Valkyrie's prosthesis. That's not too hard. That's, like, relatively quick, actually. Yeah, Gary sells it once you give Millicent the prosthesis, apparently. Because he sells you, 2 of the Celia sorceries. It's like Night Comet and Night Maiden's Mist or something, I think he sells you now. But then he adds pest threads after you've developed Millicent's questline a little bit. And then we just have to,
Oh, something. So I decide I've only perhaps. Well, I must.
once we've, given Millicent the prosthesis, we can kill her at Dominula. And then Gary will be crying and he'll give us the talisman. Pest Thread Spears is pretty far in. Yeah, you have to get to, basically right before...
Thank you for giving me. Understand? You've been as thank at the lost.
Right before, Roman, a Saint of the Buds. Night Shard and Night Maiden's Mist, that's the one. So, yeah, we'll have to get that another time, I think. because I can't remember the journey through Shadowkeep that gets you there. I went to a different part of Shadowkeep. So getting to Shaded Castle and getting the prosthesis is pretty quick, so...
In truth, the Scarlet as such, though rather than realize I could have... Now, after I should like to think she's in the lands.
She is in the lands. Bridge of Iniquity doesn't have a way down, so let's just ride from here. Oh, gotta remember all the places I can drop off safely. That was not one of them. But yeah, Pest Threads on its own, with a high enough faith score, will probably do pretty well against Elden Beast. It's a real shame how resistant the final boss is to holy damage, because there are some weapons that have it in such supply that it is very difficult to beat the game solely relying on that weapon, so... While this does feel like a slight bending of the rules with regards to this weapon being the star of the run, it's definitely served us pretty well. Okay, Shady Castle. Shady Castle. Hop down here. Ignore all the Wraith Callers. Hello. A poison swamp, thank you, Miyazaki. I know, right? Gonna do this in an attempt to get the teleport out of Shaded Castle, because I feel like in this place I always get stuck with one thing still aggroed on me from like miles away. I don't think there's a guy following me from over there. We have one Clean Rot Knight to deal with here, which will be pretty easy. You can give us bonus runes and a bonus helmet. Very nice. Seriously, what? Like, who is aggro on me here? Is it the flowers down there? It's like one flower moving around. There we go. God. Okay. Just got to crouch so they can't see you, apparently. Okay, we give her prosthesis.
Now she's passed. Are you giving me? I think it might be.
Now we go back to Gowry via Celia Understair. Christmas tree on a stick run. It's good. It's good until it isn't, which is most holy weapons in this game. Yeah, Coded Sword and Cypher Patter are going to be the miserable ones. Although Cypher Patter at least has the advantage of it being a fist weapon, so it deals very fast, agile damage. And fist weapons are some of my favorites in this game, so I will at least hopefully come in with a strategy that will help. Jess Karina, thanks so much for the 14 months. Sundays with Pix, hope you enjoyed the holiday. I really did. Thank you very much.
Use me like her mother, but command. Oh, indeed. It seems however, no, as I've is to be forgotten.
There we go. That's the stuff.
Do you have an you might like of Melania?
No, I'm good. Right, next time we see that man, he will be very upset. Yeah, I had a lovely, lovely Christmas break. Spent some time with the family, played some board games, won at Mahjong a couple of times, and received some lovely gifts. I listened to a new record that my sister got me by George Solar. It's called Moonbeams. Put that on the turntable this morning while I was having my morning cup of tea, and it's good vibes. It's instrumental, kind of synth-driven double A-sider, which is, yeah, honestly, really, really nice record. Pretty sure Black Blade does a lot of damage to Elden Beast. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid stuff that's just like a make win button a little bit, and I want to test out some other strategies, but that's definitely another option. I will need to go and duplicate the Remembrance somewhere, but the mausoleums are pretty straightforward. Yeah, the second track on the flip side of that record was probably my favorite. It's a very good one. Millicent's summon sign is here. I can't remember if you need to summon her or not for this fight, but we'll do it anyway. I'm also not sure where we're at in terms of dealing damage to Apostle, but... Get him, Millicent. Waterfowl that guy. Oh. Okay, we took the fire damage there. Let's see how the Fire Serpent spell works. Pretty cool. It's just like a delayed Flame Sling, really. We have Scouring Black Flame now as well. I wonder if that would do something similar. I think it's a charged spell, though. I think I've seen the Black Flame monks use it.
Ah, the arm you get feels. Perhaps it is food us.
Sorry, Millicent.
Why are you doing this? Now you force. I did not imagine it ending like this.
Me neither.
But I will not forget.
It's pretty good at dealing with the Tarnished. And the other, like, NPC enemies. Not so good with big beasties. So, back at Caelid. Gary should be very upset at what we've done. That Millicent's progress has been halted. And he will either drop a talisman at that point, or I think we kill him for it. Have a replacement arm so I can beat you in a fair fight and get it back again. I mean, didn't really feel like a fair fight to me. There he is.
Oh, who would prune your sapling flesh?
What a weird sentence.
Such cruel and vulgar violence. Oh, my most. Oh, my most.
Yeah. Alright. First time we've done that. I reckon we put Flock's canvas on there as well. Time for our showdown with the Beast. Blood for the Blood God. Something like that. That's the Mogwin Palace philosophy. Do they stack? They do, yeah. Yeah, it's the same as is the faith equivalent of the Graven Mass and Graven School talismans. So we have faith boost, fire attacks. We'll put pest threads on here because we can spam that against the beast. We have 6 flasks and we have 6 red, 5 blue. I think this should go better. We'll start with the usual buff routine against Radagon. Another optimistic switch to blue flasks. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Literally cooking. Okay, yeah, we can dodge that pretty well. Okay, he's dead. Need to heal. And torrents. There we go, that's the stuff. You fling stuff at me, I fling stuff at you. We getting rings this time? Oh, we're not. Oh, we are. Okay, it can still hit in the air though, which is nice. Oh, you're all the way over there? Really? Oh, boo. I hate that attack when I'm on torrent. I can never dodge it. That spell is proper absurd for dealing damage to Elden Beast. What? Hello? Did Torrent just take a ton of damage, by the way? Okay, 3 rings it is. Run away from the singularity. Okay, they didn't reach that time. Alright, gonna heal. Gonna heal again, just in case. Gonna run from these. I think I'm hitting the edge of the arena when that happens. I think that's what that was. Yep, we traded, but it was enough. Alright, well, we had a little help at the end there. We didn't need to summon for once, and the Barbed Staff-Spear is victorious. Oh, absurd behavior. That's a strat right there. I mean, that's basically how any faith-based run is going to go, provided that you are open to using whatever is at your disposal, but It's worth it considering how rough holy damage is. We'll put the last few into Vigor, and Barb can mend the Elden Ring. It's the only ending we got this round, so we'll take it. We'll get our screenshot of Barb on the throne. Yeah, the pine needles is what we used. I'll take that. It's part of the Christmas tree. Now I have to remember what I was going to call my next character. Did I leave that in Google Docs somewhere? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know this one.
The fallen leaves tell a story
Tell me a story, Fallen Leaves.
of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
The lands betwixtmas. Turning over a new leaf.
Our seed will look back
Actually
upon
not.
us and recall
Adhering entirely to the status quo here.
an age of fracture.
God, she looks kind of chilling, actually, with the red eyes and all. Obviously, most of them look like that because of Mogwin Palace, but... rough, dude. Anyway, Elden Ring. That was run 18, I think. I think that's where we've got to. We'll return to the round table just to do our usual wrap up here. So Shield and Poke would be good in PvE, but it's not that great against bosses, I typically find. So Scorpion Kite Shield was nice to have. Obviously the Barbed Staff-Spear, definitely the main character of this run, but Finger Seal, a couple of incantation talismans, pretty straightforward to get, actually. The Phlox Canvas Talisman, I don't think I've really used that one before. And, yeah, it helps you shred, thanks to fire spells. Take a quick look at our status screen here. And we started as a young prophet with our golden seed in hand, and we've ended up as a pretty hench prophet, actually. Like, 80 faith. We've got Godrick's Great Rune active. But we had to go to the DLC, we had to go all over for this one. And we came out of it pretty well. That's going to be it for Barbara Ann. Still under 10 hours, not too bad. We're going to start a brand new playthrough, my friends. I'm going to hide the webcam for this one as well, because we are going to make ourselves... Considering this is the Bastard Sword run, I think we're starting Vagabond. Did I say Vagabond? Yeah. And Castlemorn Rampart. Yeah, I know what we're doing with this. So, we're going Type A. Our keepsake is probably going to be Golden Seeds, just because I want to do a little bit of character creation with you folks. So in terms of appearance, we're choosing, I think, Aristocrat as our base template. We're going young. Probably that one, I'd say. Skin color is pretty good. Face and hair, this is where we actually want this hair, I think. Yeah, this is definitely the hair we want. We want to go fully black hair. I think there might be a face template that works slightly better. I think that one's maybe closest. Yeah, I think it's that one. It's got a little bit of a wider face. I don't think we can go much more stubbly than this without having like an actual beard. I mean, that's pretty close. He's got thick stubble. I know what color his eyes are. But, that'll probably be close enough. You can't really see much of it in the armor, but yes, this is, this is as close as I'm going to get to Jon Snow. No, don't abandon the character. What are you talking about? It is the Battle of the Bastards, my friends. He knows nothing. Intelligence 9. Let's go. I'm going to dip out so that I can run to the bathroom, so I'm actually going to hide the camera again and show you folks this cutscene whilst I take a quick bathroom break. So, enjoy the bouncy ball. I'll be back in a second.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Hoarah Loux, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir.
Hey, I'm back.
The all-knowing.
Back just in time for Gideon. All right. And one other. Just got back from dinner? Nice.
And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown.
Grain's new episode is 7.5 hours long. How's that going to fit into the recap? We skim it. We watch it at triple speed, and
Cross the fog.
to be honest, at this point,
The lands
there's another few days of it coming out. Like, we probably skip ahead to all of the
to stand before
points of interest in the video that are generated by other people watching it, and like skipping back to certain funny bits. And that's how we get highlights and clips.
The Elden Lord.
Yeah, he visits everyone's base. That's what I gathered it was. Right. Arise, Jon Snow. I have a perfect cosplay in mind for this. Although this isn't too bad to start out with. Make a backstory for the character. This character has a backstory. Quite an extensive one, if you've read any of the Game of Thrones books or seen the series. Yes, title reminder. I'll fix that in the next cutscene. The backstory is he is Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, yes. The backstory is he is now dead. 19. Our 19th playthrough. Oh, huh. That's funny. I can't put the word bastard in a stream title. Can I censor it? Nope, still no.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all.
Censored Sword Part 1.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
Illegitimate sword, yes. Square bracket censored square bracket sword, yeah.
The Golden Order.
Let's go, baby. So, Golden Order has dropped us off in here, along with various coffins. Time to stand before the Elden Ring or whatever. The B-Star sword, yes. You're off to leave, you'll be back, no worries. Graceful Jon Snow.
Come to the of course. Unfortunate without gun. You are fake. Lucky. Are you familiar? You may all that. It will lead even if great to castle the home. It's to castle if you
Maidenless Jon Snow. Jon Snow needs no maidens. Yeah, you can say it in Twitch chat. It's not on the auto mod list, as far as I can tell. Get around to your first cup of tea at 1:45 in the afternoon. Might be a little late there. Hey, no worries. Some days you can get them in, sometimes you can't. I'm definitely a several cups of tea in the morning kind of person, but I'm a cup of tea at every hour of the day kind of person, so. Alright then, young John. Let's be off to get your sword then.
But I can also that you're not then why I am Carly.
We'll sell this. We buy that. Probably buy 5 arrows as well.
Goodbye.
See ya. All I'm hearing is afternoon tea. So I think, in terms of character build for this one, we're gonna probably deal with an early, I want to say like heavy infusion. And then maybe later, once we have some points we can invest in Arcane, we'll do a blood infusion. Because this weapon has the sort of unique distinction of having a unique prefix when you give it a blood infusion. It doesn't just become Blood Bastard Sword, it becomes Bloody Bastard Sword, which, I don't know, is kind of funny. It's interesting that it's the only weapon it does that from. What's up, to Promise? Welcome in. We are on our 19th playthrough of the Elden Ring A-Z, where we're trying to beat Elden Ring with every weapon in alphabetical order. The current weapon's name is not permitted in stream titles, so we're on the Bastard Sword run.
To aid you, you need to the foot. Then it summon me. Ah, I bequeath. It will summon Torrent. Treat him with.
Gonna add a charge to our flasks and get going because we have no runes. So let's put the Spectral Steed Whistle there. We'll keep the Memory of Grace for now, just so I can use that to get myself out of trouble. We're going for the Whetstone. We are still gonna get the Morning Star and Wild Strikes and the whole Fast Grail takedown setup. But the Bastard Sword is nice and easy to get hold of, so. All we should have to do is crack a couple of runes, fight a couple of guys, and buy it from a merchant. And I'm pretty sure it's a standard upgrade as well, so we can put plenty of smithing stones into it. We can do what we want in terms of weapon skill. I think it comes with one of the, is like a stamp upward cut kind of sword, or a square off or something. I forget exactly what, but it's one of the sort of more basic sword and board kind of weapon skills, which I'm all about.
Everyone here, only to have, did you know? It's quite a... You're heading to entice, well, that, but I don't have... It's scared. I want to be on nothing. Oh, can you take the point, and it'll be glad of you.
Alright, Rodrika. Let's head up here to get Wild Strikes. We'll get the Strength Knot Crystal tier as well, because that'll be useful for this weapon. It's a very physical weapon. Nice to not have to tangle with the DLC this time around. Nice to not have to worry about holy damage. Has anyone checked the schedule for AGDQ to see if there's any Elden Ring stuff going on? I think at the last GDQ they did a like a randomizer race, or like a bingo showcase or something like that. They've had Elden Ring stuff going on, but I wonder if they're doing anything more comprehensive with Shadow of the Erd Tree and Consort Radahn or something. Because I've seen a lot of people practicing like runs where the goal is to beat Radahn as fast as possible. Just going to grab these as well before we go and do Weeping Peninsula. So now we've got all of that. Yeah, let's walk back to Church of LA so we can get the summoning bell.
This way, tarnished. May I have a word? A play and the word. I'd heard and upon the talk thou art possessed to call forth. I was entrusted by torrents.
Thank you.
'Tis a summon there, the spirits. Now it is that. Forgive, I doubt we. How long will it be for the time?
Now we'll go back to the first step to get the Gold Pickle Foulfoot. Elden Ring shown on January 11th. Nice. That's towards the end of the event then, yeah? Looks like DLC lockout bingo. Fun. Yeah, it's definitely how the speedrunning community is getting more mileage out of Elden Ring now. It's a fairly optimized game. Fortunately, we don't need to go for Silver Pickled Foul Feet at this stage. We'll just make our way down south of Aguil Lake and do the usual setup. Blah! We'll be back there later to do Celia Crystal Tunnel. Grab that for now. We'll go this way for the other Gold Pickle Foulfoot now, so I don't have to worry about it. Just gonna grab all of these in case I need extra runes. Ignore those guys. We'll go to Fort Height for the Dectus Medallion. I think the Spirit Spring is over here. Yeah, there we go. Go this way just for the extra runes again. Oh. No, not the wolves. Ah. Shout out to penguins. Yeah, there were penguins back there. Get our next golden seed from here. I don't know if the iron set suits Jon Snow more than the Vagabond one does. I think I'll stick with Vagabond until we can get... the goal is to get Knight's Cavalry and the Ravenmount Assassin cloak, because that's the one that looks like the crow feathers. Especially considering that, like, Knight's Cavalry is the faction we'll be getting the armor from. I think it works really well for the Night's Watch. It's annoying that we can't take advantage of getting bonus runes right now. But we're just going to be leaving here anyway. Excuse me, fellas. Don't mind me. That guy just gets up. Sits back down again. You miss penguins? The penguin bars? I haven't had one of those in ages. We'll go get the Wondrous Physic, and then we can sort of call it done with this area. I don't think we even need to do much in the way of Rani's quest this time around, so I don't know if I'll worry about meeting Blythe. Limgrave East. Hello. There we go. Abba! I think that'll be a fun additional thing for the Jon Snow character, is to upgrade the wolf summons and not harm wolves if possible, considering the whole direwolf connection. Doofus Talon, thank you for the 3 years. Welcome back. Really appreciate the resub. This one, I guess. And also blood grease. Great. We won't need a ton of blood grease for this one. We're not going to fight Moog, so that's all good. Now we'll head back here, go south, and actually get the sword, I think. We'll go and do the usual stuff of getting the Sacred Tears while we're on Weeping Peninsula. I don't think we'll need much else. Get wrecked. Just fun to poke the guards. Wife and I discovered you in Empire's One. You've been a part of our family ever since. Oh, always a pleasure. Smithing stones, definitely need them. Stone Sword Key, definitely need that. Don't need to talk to Arena this time. I think aside from a couple of cosplay goals, this run is going to be pretty straightforward. Although I suppose if we want to do a blood infusion on this sword, we do need to get the Wet Blade from Nokron, but that doesn't involve doing Rani's quest to get there. We just have to fight Radagon. So that's not terrible. But yeah, we need the Black Wet Blade for the blood or occult infusions. See you later, Ginger. Have a good one. If I don't see you on Tuesday, Happy New Year. There we go. It's the Night's Watch. They're patrolling the wall. It's all thematic. We did it. I was the reverse. I watched you before Empire's One started watching half the server afterwards. Yeah.
Buying or selling?
Buying. Specifically buying this. How much is it? 3 grand. Okay. Well, I should have enough for that. Oh, not quite. Okay, I'll sell one of my blood greases. It's worth it. We need 16 strength, but we can two-hand. Yeah! Look at this man. Yeah, we have a stamp output cart, which is great. Okay. Not going to fight the Knight's Cavalry, though. Just going to trick another one into falling off a bridge later. Sword with a tumultuous childhood environment. The, fatherless sword. We'll call it that. Excuse me. I think we just need to ride straight across the village from this place. And then we drop down here? Yeah. Yeah, I've always gone right around the outskirts of that, and then I realized it's actually more like a straight shot from the door of the church. I just don't like running past the rats. Cut the ropes. Don't let them follow you across the bridge. Sword born out of wedlock, yes. The only problem is if I put anything too wordy in the title, it sort of breaks the alphabetical idea a little bit. People will know what I mean, I suppose, but... Okie doke, we got a free bug for that. And I think we are through our first night, so we don't get the Knight's Cavalry done on the first night, but we've had other objectives. One extra flask. Plenty of extra healing. And now, K-Lids. First, of course, we need to do this. Make it heavy, why not? Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't let me put asterisks in it either. I think it, you know, understands fairly common swear substitute characters, so... Excuse me. I don't think we'll need this grace for anything, but we'll grab it just in case. The basted sword, yeah. A sword with which one would cook a good turkey. Appropriate for the season. Not to be confused with the censored sword, a very holy item, yes. That's probably what the coded sword is, actually. You're leaving? Hey, no worries. See you later. Have a good one. Hoop. The sensor sword. It detects what you kill. Sword's name redacted. Yeah, I think we'll have censored sword and redacted stars, and then we'll go back to normal, right? Okay, we got our runes from there as well. The boss music will eventually die down. Oh, we do get Knights Cavalry tonight. Cool. And now for a word from today's sponsor, Lockheed Martin. I watched that video earlier. The one about the honey scam or whatever. Oh god, I'm the one falling off the bridge now. Jokes, it was you! It's actually pretty funny if you can fall off that side as well. Come on. He's there. He's like right on the edge. What's up, nerd? Surely, come on. Ridiculous. Absurd behavior. Let's try it the old reliable way. I mean, the way that works 30% of the time. But 30% of the time, it works every time. Come on, get around here. Let's go. Let's go. Hey man, can you drive yourself off the bridge there? Okay, he's like half up on the wall. Go on, get down there. Come on, dude. It's nearly daytime. What are you doing out? Is he gone? Oh, his shift ended. He's gone for the day. The most reliable strat for him is doing this cheese with kukris. Really? Does it, like, knock him back or something? I don't think I have any. Didn't start with any. Why must you refuse to be cheesed? I know. What's up, Massive Tacos? Welcome in.
Determine if you had. It seems torrent, whereas I'm in. There is, but I can take gathering. Very well. Let my hand.
We'll go to Roundtable Hold just to clear this gubbins out of the way. We need to meet Gideon anyway, because we'll need to get the Halig Tree Medallion to go to the Snowfield and get the Knight's Cavalry armor. That's the goal. So let's say hi to him.
Oh, I can't remember very well.
He's the most Game of Thrones sounding character anyway, so.
A house, remember you. There's...
You know nothing, Jon Snow. I'm like, alright. Calm down. Back to Lenna's Rise. Back to nighttime. Back to the Knight's Cavalry. This will be worth it in a second. Use a bow to aim the branch with the kukris, just lure him to the sound. And the second part to the upper right branch, he usually just walks right off. Oh, okay. This is the way I usually do it. Is I bait him into swinging at me there. Make sure he's following close enough. And then, if you run around here and jump off at the right spot, maybe you have to stay on the horse for some of it. I don't know. But either way, he either goes under there and then gets stuck on a bit of the wall for a while, or sometimes he rides right up the branch and just jumps off. But I think that time maybe he, yeah, his position got reset. Which is annoying, because then he swings at me and I have to run. But yeah, I think maybe if you stand like here, he kind of goes up the... Well, he got into position anyway, so... Come on, lad, off you get. I think you have to lure him into doing an animation where he wheels his horse around a little bit. Which is kind of difficult, actually. And he starts, like, riding the wall in a weird way. Problem is I want to know when to use the foul foot, so... It's actually kind of difficult. Once or twice he's done it, like, first time, and it's been the smoothest experience, but... Rest of the time, unfortunately, he's a bit of a pill about it. Come on this way. Yeah, he faded again. Boo. Come on, you. Oh, seriously? He's not playing ball today at all, is he? This should be okay. Okay, that's got him stuck there again. Sometimes I just run down the bridge and he, like, drops off, but... Yeah, there you go. It took a while, but we got there. We'll go and set up for Grail. And then we'll have a comfy 150k to spend. Most of which we're going to put into Strength and Vigor, I think. I'll have to look into the kukri method of doing that, though. That sounds pretty fun. Does rely on you having a bow and the knives to throw, but... we'll give it a try at some stage. We don't have a bow, Jon Snow. Jon Snow feels right at home at Caelid, surrounded by all of these crows. Think he ever wonders why people never actually fight him? Nah. No thoughts, head empty with that guy. So, going to switch to the Morning Star just for a little bit here. Apply Blood Grease. Wild Strikes. How are we all today? Doing well, King C. Doing well. Hope you're well too. We just finished the game with the Barbed Staff-Spear. Now we're starting it with the Sword That Shall Not Be Named. Because Twitch titles won't allow it. And, yeah. Been a strong start to this playthrough. We have the sword already because it's just one you buy from a merchant. I'm looking forward to this one, actually. I do like a good, hefty sword. We just got to cheese Grail for the extra runes and we'll be in business. You're just stuck on one boss? Which one? The Volder sword, if you will. Personally, I won't, but suppose the name applies. Oh, Astel? Yeah, the Astel fights are a bit of a pain, but you'll pull through. Can I ask what weapon you're using? Not that it's going to matter much against Astel. I don't think he's got any particular resistances, but... Oh, you're on the quest line for Rani, I assume? Yeah. Sword of Night and Flame? Oh, nice. I've not tried that one before, actually. But yeah, Int Faith build has got to be pretty difficult to allocate the stats for. I did eat my gold pickled Foulfoot earlier, so hopefully this happens within the time I've got left. There's our bleed. Looks like we're okay. Nice. Comfortable victory. Just over 150,000 runes. Big strength investment. We'll get vigor up to like 25 and then the rest can go in strength for now. Very nice. We should also probably aim for endurance just so we're not heavy load later if we want to change up the equipment. But we'll put stuff into endurance at another time. We're obviously going to be leveling up at Mogun Palace, so I'll go ahead and buy some arrows. Just max out on arrows. Nice. Now we got 4 runes to lose in Fort Faroth. And we'll go looking for smithing stones. Level 118. Oh, you're pretty good then. I think Astel probably has a fairly high magic resistance, just based on my assumptions about the way bosses work generally, is like they're resistant to the type of magic that, or the type of damage that they typically deal. So, in Astel's case, it'd be gravity magic, which I guess is mostly physical, but when I start this challenge series of beating the game with every weapon, I haven't been on Twitch much recently. It was back in, I want to say, August or September of last year. Been doing it for a few months now, which is how come we're on weapon number 19. But, yeah, there have been a couple of those runs which were heavy time investment because of optional objectives. Like on the Astrologer's Staff playthrough, we got every sorcery in the game. So we did a pretty comprehensive playthrough of that one. It was a co-op playthrough with Loux XP. No, Astel is weak to Scarlet Rot. That's just trying to get close to the thing that's the most difficult. Yeah, he's got like a lot of stuff that sort of keeps you at range. But you'll manage. So we're going to get the Church of the Plague Grace, and then we'll come back up here and get the extra smithing stones. Yeah, the previous runs of the Elden Ring A-Z are all uploaded to my YouTube channel. There's a couple that haven't been posted yet because I haven't done thumbnails for them. But, yeah, everything up to the Axe of Godrick, I think, is now on there. And, yeah, I'll catch up over the next few days, I think. What's my favorite boss in the whole game? Oh, difficult to say. Honestly, I really like the Maliketh fight now that I'm good at it. Maliketh is a very cool boss. Radagon, I think, is probably... Like, the Star Scourge Radagon fight is the thing that wowed me the most the first time through this. Like, that was the thing that I genuinely was like, this is one of the greatest gaming experiences I've ever had. Just because of the setting, the fact that you're, like, charging up this hill at him and he's, like, firing arrows at you from half a mile away, and you're just summoning every NPC in the game to come and help you fight, and it just feels like you all charge up the hill at him. It's, like, such an epic set piece. Yours is probably Midra. Yeah, a lot of people really like Midra. Love the Red Hound. Oh, Red Wolf of Radagon. Yeah. That's a fun one. That's another one of those bosses that's like early enough that it just becomes a standard enemy later on. VOD of the first A-Z playthrough is uploaded on June 13th. Oh, right, so probably in June then. Wow, we knew this for like half a year already. That's pretty telling, isn't it? Like I said, I was expecting this to probably take like 8 years to do this with every weapon. Obviously, we got a bit faster, and I won't be able to do it constantly every week, but... The co-op ones are the best. Oh, the co-op, like, playthroughs? Yeah. It's fun. It adds a little bit of extra stuff in there because Zloy hasn't seen the game before, and I feel like, to me, this game is getting familiar enough that I don't have as much to say about it, like, commentary-wise. I'm really looking forward to Elden Ring Night Reign being released this upcoming year because... that's going to be, like, all new stuff, and it's going to be co-op primarily. You can play it solo, apparently, but it's intended for 3-player co-op, so getting, like, a squad together and, like, doing runs of that is going to be really fun, I think. Oh, maybe not that way, then. I didn't let the dragon despawn when it started to, like, attack. I was like, maybe I should get out of the way of that. Trying to find people to do co-op with is hard for you. Yeah, it's, like, I haven't got people, like, lined up to do co-op with, you know? It's, always going to be about who you know and who's available and everything. But, yeah, Fwip has been playing through Elden Ring in his spare time. And Ollie played a fair bit. He'd even streamed it a couple of times. So I said to the two of them, like, we need to squad up. And they both seemed pretty into it. So, right, we've got some smithing stones. We should now be able to upgrade the sword a little bit. I guess we'll go to Stormhill and get the rest of the smithing stone wands from there. Co-op is only for boss fights. So there is a mod that allows you to do seamless co-op for the entire game. And that's how me and ZloyXP did 2 full runs of this game. For first the base game together, and then we came back to do the DLC for my astrologer stuff playthrough in the Elden Ring A-Z. But outside of that, yeah, you can summon for co-op in dungeons and boss fights, basically. So you can do the entirety of Stormvale with people if you want to, or you can do a decent chunk of Liurnia, I'm pretty sure. Has, like, summon signs around. But then Night Rain is going to be, if not, like, mandatory co-op, then at least, like, heavily co-op focused. Co-op is sort of the intended experience. So that's going to be absolutely wild. I'm looking forward to that. You can get someone to help with the Astel boss fight? Oh, almost certainly, yeah. Like, you can open up the summoning pool and use a finger remedy or whatever, and I'm sure people will show up. I mean, the alternative is using in-game summons using Spirit Ashes, but that's a personal preference thing. That's totally up to you. Right, let's go to Round Table. Let's have Hugh smith this thing up for us. I should have enough runes, because we got some golden runes.
You're in no matter. Lay out your arm.
Lay out my arm. We don't quite have enough. It's also an expensive sword to upgrade. We'll keep that in mind. I guess we can buy a couple of smithing stones, though, right? Like, the guy on Peninsula has some. I think they might even have some smithing stone 2s. Why does it have to be so complicated? It's all part of, like, the mysticism of the world. But yeah, I agree. It's kind of awkward. Right, he has the perfect amount to get us upgraded, so that's good. And that'll get us to +4. Should be fine for the Margit fight at that stage. Let's see if we can do the Storm Stomp, Bloodhound Step. I think Heavy is getting us a negligible damage increase at this point. I think the base damage is affected enough that, like, we don't have enough strength that it's really going to be beneficial. Considering how it scales already, it's kind of like a quality, but lower quality. Something like that. Yeah, let's go see Hugh. Let's upgrade and then let's fight Margit.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arm.
Oh, okay, yeah. One of those, and then +4. Pretty good. We'll get the rest of our smithing stones from Limgrave, from Liurnia, rather. But we got to fight Godrick so that we can get in to see the 2 fingers and then continue Varre's quest. So, let's get on with it, shall we? We can at least grease the sword so it does blood damage in the meantime. I'm not sure where we get Stamp Upward Cut from, but I would like to keep that skill on this sword until we end up with something else. Alternatively, I guess we could just go with Bloody Slash and we get the blood affinity sort of by default. But I feel like in terms of scaling, that might screw over the amount of damage we can do baseline. I don't know, let's go back to Fort Height and let's see. Because Bleed is going to be pretty effective in the first few fights here, so... I think at this stage we can take on that knight pretty easily. It's always a little bit dicey the first time you go there, but we got a big hefty sword now. We should be alright. I'm wondering also... I guess we're not going to the DLC, so it's not necessarily worth doing Nefeli's whole quest for the Dragon Smithing Stone. Because chances are we won't get enough Smithing Stone 8s until we're in Farum Azula anyway, but... sort of wondering if it was worth going to do Nefeli's whole thing. And with Kenneth Height. Imagine doing that and then somebody just runs through the grenade you've just lobbed. Thank you. Oh, we got 2 pieces of armor from that guy. Alright then, well, back to Margit, yeah? The Fortnite. Good old Fortnite. There we go. Okay, so Strength C, Arcane D. The Strength scaling is actually better. 170, 79, 140, 69. But then Bleed. 73 blood loss build-up is pretty good. Standard, Blood. Let's go Blood. Let's do this. Bloody bastard sword it is. Oh yeah, we should physic up as well. And now I can't use the blood grease because we have a blood weapon, so let's just do the thing. Wondrous Physic. There we go. This and that, please. Boost strength, so that should be fine. So we'll level strength and arcane for the scaling on this one. Strength is still going to be preferable, but arcane will increase the bleed. Here's the boy.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring.
Emboldened.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
There he is. Your Majesty. It's the guy. That one guy. He doesn't need to jump this high. Calls you foul, but at least that's nicer than what your sword calls you, yeah. Foul tarnished. I've been called worse.
Must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
He is just showing off, isn't he? Really just showing off. Alright, you. Let's get that bloody slash on the go. Dang it, the timing every time. Don't send me off the cliff. Oh, rough. Okay. Neat. Where are you going? Not sure what he was doing there. Dude, the magic pixel saved him. Yeah, he held that attack for as long as possible. I was just dancing around him. Yeah, I whiffed a couple of those. I was playing sloppy. Who's more difficult, Margit or Godrick? Honestly, I had a harder time with Godrick the first time around, but it genuinely depends. Like, it's a bit of a contest, because Margit can be a real wall that reminds you to, like, actually level up before you fight Godrick, and there's an entire castle to go through before Godrick, so you can spend a lot more time gathering runes, leveling your character, doing the whole thing. Okay, we got a bleed that time. Not bad. We are a passing skill.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Rockboy Mags, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome in. We're fighting Margit on our 19th playthrough of Elden Ring. Aiming to get this bleed going. And he's got such delayed attacks that occasionally he gets one over on me. But not today. Welcome in. You made it at just the right time. Tiny raid. Hey, it's all good. Raids of any size are always welcome. Margit will remember that. So let's maybe put one more into strength. We're going to be increasing our physical power as we go here, so strength is a nice one to upgrade. Warrior blood runneth through my blade. Yeah, so I need to get a little bit used to the bloody slash dynamic until we figure out something better. We could stick with this for the entire game. I've never used bloody slash before, so it'd be interesting to see how it fares against later enemies, but I know there are better skills, so...
You there? Come on. It's tight. Oh, God, you breached. Well, but of course.
As always, my favorite thing is Gostok going f.
The gate!
The gate. Get ready to roll. Alright, up this side we're fine. Jump past the tree here if we can. Oh, excuse me. Just gonna heal before the Omen Lion kills me. Nice, we made it. We made it. How's your stream, Roughboy Mags? Thank you once again for bringing folks over. We are going to probably get as far as Mogwint Palace and then wrap up this stream. Playing a bit of hardcore Minecraft, nice. Yeah, we had a nice chill Minecraft stream right before this, so... I'm looking forward to more Minecraft in the new year. We might get a cheeky stream in on Tuesday. Depends how explosive New Year is going to be. You got a big project you're working on in hardcore, or are you just doing this and that? We had a this and that stream. We were working on a couple of interiors and builds that I'd left unfinished around my starter base, and to be honest, it felt really good. It feels nice to just log in and doodle, and chat always has really good ideas. So I feel like I want to do a little bit more of the building on stream and just kind of doing odds and ends. I find myself getting stuck into a rut where I think all I should do on streams is like the resource grind, the stuff that's like not going to make it into a video, or couldn't be a video in Potentia, but I feel like that holds me back from doing more in my Minecraft worlds. Putting a roof on your little house, nothing fancy? Oh, that's good. Roofs are always a tough thing to get started, so... Like, roof designs were the bane of my existence for the longest time. My nemesis? Yeah. Like, I feel you. I feel you. I feel very much the same about roofs. Let's see if we can bleed this guy. Need to heal first. See if we can get him to stomp the others. Oh, close. I need to know what the tactic is with Bloody Slash beyond just an eye for an eye. Like, is there a follow-up or anything? Is there like a second attack I can do, or is it literally just one for one? I think I need to look at the actual sword for it now, don't I? From a low stance, cut the blade in your own blood to unleash your rending blood slash in a wide eye. Okay, so it's more like a crowd control potential thing. The entire gimmick is high damage and high bleed build-up, yeah. That makes sense, I suppose.
Be proud.
I've read the Wikipedia article for roofs more than once, yeah.
Tarnished, I am I'm here by how this graft is tainted them. If I ask you, the winds run, I'm certain. I'll pass fellow down, whatever.
If Ellie's talking about the Mad Taint again, so we're just gonna leave. If I played Vintage Story, I've not. I hear good things, but I have not. Ooh, another smithing stone too. That's not bad. Right, let's rest here and let's see what we can do about Godrick. Caves, hobbit holes, castle, skybase, anything to avoid a roof. Roofs certainly have that reputation. We're going to skip the cutscenes here because I think we'll make it further in if we don't linger on stuff like Godrick. Got to be a little bit aware of the fact that I don't have high endurance right now. Got a lot of flasks though, so we'll make do with that. Oh god, here we go. Just run away from this one is the best strat, really. That one's such a reach, though. And then follow up that one with a Bloody Slash. Oh, okay, it hits from quite a distance. Like, the blood hitting him does damage. Nice. Okay, we got the bleed right there. We'll maybe build up a little bit more while he's chopping his own arm off. We'll get a couple more in close here as well. We might even get a stagger out of this one. But I guess not. Okay, yeah, he's dealing a lot of damage to me at this stage. But I think... Oh, I mistimed the jump. That's rough. I ate that just so I could heal. Might have killed me otherwise. There we go. Alright. Bit sloppy, but not bad. Easy peasy, yeah. Godrick's simple enough once you've upgraded a fair bit. Who's ready to praise the door? I guess if we're doing anything with Nepheli, we might as well rest here and talk to Gostok. Gruesome. Two more into strength. Definitely improving our physical resistances.
What happened? Oh, he got what tell you though. He.
Alright, we could get Bandit's boots and stuff at this point. If we want a bit more of a Jon Snow cosplay, but I think we're okay just getting on from here. Love watching people play FromSoft games when they know what they're doing. It looks relatively easy, then I play and I die horribly. Yeah, that's the reason I didn't watch. I mean, aside from, like, spoilers and not knowing too much about stuff beforehand, I don't watch games like this too often because other people know what they're doing. But I think these are games where it's so rewarding to discover stuff on your own. Figure out the systems, figure out the idiosyncrasies, figure out the leveling system, and then do things like this where you try and beat the game with every weapon. Okay. I think we have enough runes that I can buy the lantern from the merchant down here, as long as I don't get stuck on too many of the trees. But then we'll aim to do Lucaria Crystal Tunnel for the upgrade mats. And then I think that's just a cookbook. We can ignore that. Yeah, we'll need to get the bell bearing. We'll end up on Altus anyway, so we can get the one from the cave up there as well.
You surprised? No matter. Why don't? Oh, but don't ask.
Okay, we can crush one of these. Easy peasy. And if anything, we can maybe buy some smithing stones just to get ourselves up to the next level as well. He goes, how do you find me? As if he wasn't directly next to the main path? I know. How do you find me? Well, there was a neon sign pointing to you in game development terms. There's a great story they tell on, I think, the commentary track of Hot Fuzz, where they wanted to put a neon sign pointing to Timothy Dalton that said villain or something like that in the window of a shop when they're like running down the high street together or whatever, because of the amount of like reviews where it's like the villain may as well have a neon sign pointing to him in, you know, thrillers and mysteries and stuff. Probably going to actually buy the game sometime today. Nice. Enjoy. I have seen a few folks on the Elden Ring subreddit say that they got it for Christmas and really enjoying it and asking questions that are all the questions you ask when you're a new player. I like the DLC and everything. People being like, do I have to beat the base game? Do I have to beat Melania to get to the DLC? I'm like, thankfully, no. Otherwise, this whole multiple playthroughs idea would be taking me a lot longer. But I'd probably get very good at the Melania fight. For now, I genuinely don't know if I will get any good at the Melania fight. Up until the point where I have to fight her. I might have to go back with another character who I haven't fought Melania with and just get some practice or something. Fortunately, I've seen a lot of footage of it. Yeah, that's also fair. Like, you'll get the hang of it. We'll get the Temple Quarter Grace before we do our usual dragon heist. Because I feel like we'll be coming back in this direction. We can also get a lot of the smithing stones and stuff from around here if we want to, but we actually don't need to do too much fighting in between now and Mogwin Palace. We really just have to fight Vike and Magnus. And that's kind of it. Oh, there's the cookery we could have used on the Knights Cavalry earlier. So to get the Knights Cavalry armor set, we will have to go to the Consecrated Snowfield, which means we'll need to do Albinoric Village and everything. But that shouldn't be too bad. Where now? Do we just go here? Honestly, I think... Yeah, I think we just go to Crystal Tunnel before things get too hectic, and then we'll go back to Round Table Hold at the end of that. And then we'll go and see Varre, because we need to talk to the Two Fingers before we can see Varre, so... Crystal Tunnel, you say? Do we risk getting lobstered to get a few free smithing stones? I think the answer is yes. We should get a few smithing stone 3s from the Crystal Tunnel anyway, so... I'm fine with that. Wait a second, where are we? We need to go northeast, right? Mostly east, actually. I saw myself turning southeast here, and I was like, is that really where I need to be going? Yeah, we're behind the Bing Bong. What have you got? Ooh, somber. You find a few of them just on those guys sitting in chairs. Sorcerers who have turned themselves into somber smithing stones. Time was when I would leap down every ledge in this place to grab all of the extra loot. These days, I prefer to just take the lift. Well, we're not going to do especially well against the enemies in this cave because we are doing standard damage. So I'm going to rely on the fact that I hit like a truck for a lot of this. Like that. There's one more smithing stone over here. Worth getting because it's a number 3 and we need number 3s. And we'll just fall all the way into the boss arena. Intended. Let's try that again. 500 runes. Missable. Skippable. Easy. If you'll excuse me, I have places to be. Those places are down there, but not quite as fast. It's a new strat? Yeah, I really wish. It's one of those things where you could just fall infinitely. Considering that they've said there's no fall damage in Night Rain, I wonder if there's going to be anything that is distinctly, like, exploitable or cheesable because of full damage. Or the lack of full damage. Like, I wonder if enemies are still going to take full damage. We'll grab this. Ow! 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 The darn guy's got me. It's actually probably better for us to go this way then, because they can't follow you as easily if you don't take the elevator. That'll do. See? Told you. So our main problem here is stamina now. So it's probably a good thing that we're going to be leveling endurance anyway. I kind of missed the upward cut skill. It's so good at breaking poise. See you, Karian. Have a good one. That should be enough smithing stone 2s. Yep. Because we already got to +4, so that's the +5 upgrade in the bag. We can skip all of these. Cluster of 3s in the middle here. And another elevator I will roll down. Somber in case we need it. Physic. And now, this. Sick. We did it. Which boss are we going for now? After this, we're actually going to head back to the Round Table Hold, upgrade the sword a couple more times, and then go for a couple of NPC invasions, which are crucial to completing a quest that's going to get us to an area we can farm runes and level up between streams. Because I do most of that as just like shooting a bird over and over again. It's not especially interesting, so I will typically just do that off camera.
Those over chat find them well.
Oh, we actually need more runes for that. Would you look at that? Okay, so we're up to +8. I think that should be fine. What's the max level in this game? I think 713 is when you have all your stats leveled to 99. Savary Lucaria Gate should be good. Yeah, so 713 I think is the max. Because you start with a certain amount of stats anyway. But like if you start as a wretch with all 10s, then you end up reaching level 719 once you put 99 into Vigor, Mind, Endurance, Strength, Dex, etc., etc. But the thing about levels is that you're putting points into stats. Like, the actual level only matters in terms of your character's, like... Oh. Okay, so I forgot to do what I was supposed to do at the round table hold, which was talk to the two fingers. Does the mount have a name? Torrent. The spectral steed is named Torrent. It is specifically not a horse or any other kind of creature because it has horns. It is a haunce. And yeah, there is a conspiracy theory that the horse is named Torrent because if you search Elden Ring Torrent, it comes up with a bunch of stuff about the horse, not a way to illegally download the game. In kind of a similar way to how they thought the character Patches, who's like a recurring character ever since Dark Souls 1, was called Patches because of people searching for Dark Souls patches. Yeah, we still have yet to confirm, I think, from any official source whether that was actually why they named the characters that, but it's pretty funny. I'm surprised they don't have a location called, like, Pirate Bay or something, you know? Yeah, the next boss is called Cheats.
You claim what? My doubt. Words are truly, I believe, even words. That's the. Oh. Give it a try, and if it. I've high.
Alright. So now we've done that. Back to Lucaria Gates. We'll head to Altus Plateau. Fight Magnus. Come back. I guess we'll do Ailing Village or Frenzied Flame Village in the meantime. Yeah, Hacks. Hacks is another one. Yeah, there should be like an Ash of War or something that's just called Hacks. Be pretty funny. Don't fight me, guy named Magnus joke. To be fair, you put up a pretty good fight every time, so at this point it feels like a duel for the ages. Lucaria is so cool. What an environment to design. Like all of the floating rocks and bits built on floating rocks. This will get us to Bellum High Road. Can't argue with that then, yeah. I mean, I've definitely gone into this fight, which is one that you have to have the items that you use to invade other players. This whole quest is basically a means to use player invasion items without having to actually invade a player. You use them to invade like an NPC. And he's beaten me a few times. Like, normally you can just die and respawn and try and fight an enemy again, but if you have a limited amount of invasion items, then you can run out of those, and then you just have to go back to Varre. So, Magnus has bested me a few times. I'll get the Grace here, even though I don't think I need it. But yeah, the good thing about the Varre quest is that you, if you use the, whatever they are, festering bloody fingers, if you use them and you win, then the quest just continues. But if you use them 5 times and you lose each time, it still lets you continue the quest. He's like, oh, cool, I'm glad you're doing that a lot. So it's actually quite well designed that way. It moves it forward even if you don't meet certain conditions. There have been several occasions on stream in which I've fought the guy, lost, and then gone, well, what happens now? Unfortunately, I still got to do what I wanted to do. I'm hoping I should be fairly well set up for Frenzied Flaming Tower, given that I have a wide sweeping attack skill. Out of all the boss weapons you can get, which one is your favorite? That would be Blasphemous Blade. But I had a great time with the Axe of Godfrey and the Axe of Godrick recently. And I am kind of looking forward to seeing which of the other boss weapons we will inevitably acquire on this journey are going to end up being my favorites. Don't. Rats can't climb ladders, so I'm just going to avoid attacking them this time. Maybe not. We'll just wait for the next cycle of this. The giant flame at the top causes madness if you have line of sight to it for too long, so... Oh, okay, right. I am going to have to... There we go, alright. Oh, we got a weathered straight sword from that guy. How nice. Got decent poise in this. Oh, yes, we got a rune arc. Nice. Very nice. Is there an Elden Beast weapon? Yeah, the Sacred Relic Sword or Marika's Hammer. Both of which are pretty good. Sacred Relic Sword is the one everyone uses for farming runes in New Game Plus, which you can do at the same site that you go and fight the, that you go and farm the bird. There's like a hillside full of enemies, and it has a really long, very broad AoE attack that it does, which is very, very easy. Oh, I haven't been using the Sword Seal this entire time, so let's actually equip that, shall we? I'm sat here with like 2 talisman slots. Not gonna lie, I'm farming the bird right now, I bet. It's pretty useful. There have so far not been any runs of this, I think, where I haven't ended up farming the bird. At some point we will. Like, I think at some point we'll do an all bosses run, and I just won't bother going to Mogwin Palace except to fight Moog. But, yeah, the bird is going to factor into a lot of these playthroughs. Anyway, here's Vike. Nice. I was hoping to get him before he healed, but turns out that wasn't a problem. So we got this now as well. We'll get the Grace here. Walk back to the Dectus Lift, go and fight Magnus, and then we are basically there. We could go and do all of the extra stuff on Altus, but I won't worry about that right now. We'll do it next stream. One Dectus later. Which weapon am I thinking of doing all bosses with? Maybe the Battle Axe, because it's the starting weapon for the hero. I kind of like the notion of a hero being somebody who would take on all the bosses in the game. Hey, Crypt, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. Real challenge, all bosses, no weapons. Gosh, the amount of people who have actually tried fighting the bosses in Elden Ring with just fists, like no equipment, is absurd. And I say that as somebody who did that with Minecraft Dungeons, but Minecraft Dungeons is a game in which enemies have like 50 health or something. And Elden Ring is a game in which enemies have like 15,000 health. How's the stream going? It's going very well. We are on our second weapon of the stream. Our 19th run overall. We beat the game with the Barbed Staff-Spear earlier today, and now we are on the sword that shall not be named because it gets censored by Twitch. This is the Bastard Sword playthrough. Those guys back there were shocked that I said that. Which boss has the most health? I don't know, actually. I think probably the Fire Giant. I think in the base game, at least, it's probably Fire Giant. I don't know about DLC, because I think all the bosses in the DLC have more health. Either that, or they just... you don't deal as much damage because of Shadow Tree fragments. This, by the way, is the merchant that I bought the shield from in the last playthrough. But yeah, we'll warp through here. We'll go see Magnus. Got a dip. Have a great stream. Enjoy fighting me. Thank you so much, Mags. Thanks again for the raid. Have a good one, yeah? All the guards sound like Johnny Bravo when they get up. Ha ha ha. Hey, pretty mama. Turn around and they'll start doing the monkey. Google says Rykard has the most health. Oh, that tracks. Because you get a weapon that just deals absurd damage to Rykard, so it doesn't feel like a long fight, but it probably is one if you're dealing, like, standard damage to him. Oh, we got Lion's Clawed. We got Lion's Clawed. I have the magic pixel of health. Probably literally 1 health left. Oh god, ow. You absolute rotter. Fortunately, I do pretty high poise damage, so hopefully I can stagger him out of some of those attacks where he doesn't have absurd hyper armor. And I guess I have bleed as well, so that's nice. Oh, it's a rough one. Yes. Bloody slash. Reveal your strategies to me. Oh god. Haven't seen Johnny Bravo in years. I don't think they make it anymore. Should have healed. Should have healed that one time. I had a flask left. Alright. Again. Worth noting that I am also still using the Saw Seal, which is honestly not the best idea with this fight because he does massive damage with a single hit. But we'll try it anyway. Okay, I'm trying to learn the range of Bloody Slash, and it's not great, but it It's okay, it happens. Okay, when he two-hands this weapon, I need to be worried. Yeah. Also, I'm inflicting blood loss on myself and taking a little bit of damage when I use that skill, which means if I don't have a full health bar, and he's killing me if I have slightly less than a full health bar, then using that skill frequently is not a good idea. I did mention this is one of the NPCs who kills me a lot, so I mean, he's living up to that. We actually don't need to kill him here either, because normally if we're doing a fast track to the DLC, he's the ideal place to get one of the somber smithing stones, whereas in this example, we actually don't need somber smithing stones. Ouch. Oh god, he's got all the incantations. He's ready. He's doing his best Maliketh impression. I had to heal there, otherwise he would have got me. Oh. He's got a rolling heavy, I think, which is pretty intense. Yes! The bleed got him. We did enough. It wasn't easy, but we did enough. Okay, so that basically takes us to Mohgwyn Palace. If I can warp away in time. Yeah, okay, good. Mostly about warping out of that spot before the dogs aggro on you, which is easier said than done. So we can take that off now. Head back to Fallen Ruins of the Lake. And then we just need to get the Blood of a Maiden, and we can warp to Mohgwyn Palace.
I wish to a night luminary. So, now for your normally the
Okie doke. Back up here. Church of Inhibition. Do the thing. Yeah, it's funny. I thought we were going to have to go to Nokron to get the blood infusion, but I always forget that some Ashes of War just automatically give you certain affinities. I think we just need it if we want the flexibility later. But we're doing pretty well in damage with this thing, just upgrading strength, so maybe we'll put something into Arcane later for the bleed. I think mainly I want to level Endurance, Vigor, Strength, and then Arcane as a secondary consideration. Well, time for this to happen again. Trigger warning for stuff.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget it is what you have. Oh, a medal.
Thank you. Thank you for the medal. Participation trophy, but we did it. Stair skip. It's legit. And now to avoid all the things. and almost get soft locked by jumping into a tree I couldn't get out of. Is there a boss in this location? There is. If you go the other way, further into the structure, away from the area that you can ride around with the horse, you eventually find the arena for Mohg, Lord of Blood. So have fun with that. I think there's another hero's rune here in the swamp, but we'll skip that for now because we'll just be farming runes in a second anyway. I think this is Smithing Stone 6. Yep. Gonna need those later as well. Oh, this guy's got glowing eyes. Here we go. Nice. 10k runes just from him. I think that's one of the reasons this area works as a rune farm so well, is that there's just a higher density of enemies who can have glowing eyes, which means a lot more runes, obviously. Right, we got the extra sacred tier. We can level up to 45. And here at Mohgwyn Palace, facing down that bird, is where we'll wrap up this stream. We have the sword, obviously. It's nice and comfy at this point. It's got the blood infusion. We're going to level Vigor, Strength, Endurance, and Arcane. And we'll probably be somewhere close to level 100, maybe 110 or so for the next stream. For now, folks, thank you so much for watching. We're going to wrap things up there and raid somebody. So let's see who's out here streaming some stuff. Might be Elden Ring, might be Minecraft, might be something else entirely, depending who's live. Awesome. Cool. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Cons. Cons of Service is one of Grady's mods and is currently on Valiant Gargoyles. So we're going to go and send her all of the luck and all of the GGs you possibly can. Flint X101 is also playing Elden Ring, is another one of the folks from Grady's chat. So there's like a little corner of the internet that's playing Elden Ring right now, which is so satisfying to me. It's very, very fun. Valiant Gargoyles is a rough fight, though. So, go say hi to Cons for me. I'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully, but stay tuned for announcements about that, because I might have other plans on Tuesday, because it is the final day of 2024. If I don't see you then, hope you have a fantastic end to the year and a fantastic start to the new year. I'll be back with you again soon. Until then, take care, have a good one. Bye for now.